เลื่อนนะข้าวโอ้ไม่ได้ดูฝักมือกันนะ
Out of the jungle and into the classroom, kids, it's the candy list rule. So what is the candy list rule? The candy list rule is going to match your first noun or verb with the first noun or most relevant verb in the answer choices. All right? So keep in mind that in your topic sentence, the first noun is always going to appear in the independent clause part. Remember the abandoned boxcar? Comma, one, independent, dependent, or dependent, independent. All right? The trap here is sometimes they'll give you a dependent clause, and then the independent clause is where the main noun will be. That kind of goes against the candy list rule. However, you just have to remember that the independent clause is where the most relevant noun is going to be. Don't forget, abandoned boxcar, kids. If you do need to review, it's on our website. All right. So first noun or most relevant noun and verb or verb is going to be matched to the answer choices. Usually what will happen is in the English and the reading section, the answer choices are going to contain nouns and verbs. So just think about the first noun most of the time in the answer choices, and then look back and find the most relevant independent clause noun that appears first. All right, don't forget, abandoned boxcar, the independent clause is where you're going to find the most relevant noun. Let's go ahead and look at some examples. How to use this mission most effectively. First things first, this is a walkthrough. I'm going to walk you through each one of the problems. You will pause the video after I make some suggestions or ask you some questions to hint about what to do. Then you'll turn the video back on and I'll show you exactly what you should have done. Alright? As you're going through the walkthrough for each one of the questions, listen carefully for the foghorn sound. You'll hear a foghorn sound. It's kind of deep, and right after there's going to be one of the secret words. Each question will have a foghorn sound and a secret word given. Once you write down the secret word from each one of the questions, you're going to try and decipher the mission code. Once you have the mission code, which is basically a phrase, you can translate that into Genius Gear. See the professor for more info. Alright, practice problem number 9. Remember, we're going to use the candy list rule by looking at the topic sentence. 9 states, at this point the writer is considering adding the following true statement. Neil Armstrong was the first man to be photographed walking on the moon's surface. What I'd like you to do here is go ahead, take a look at your topic sentence, and then see, is that what we're talking about? Yes, or is that what we're talking about? No. Go ahead, pause the video here. Look at the topic sentence and then answer the question. We'll be back in a second with the answers. Pause the video now. Alright, back again here. If you look, here is a comma after experiences. You'll notice that this is a dependent clause. That means that the main noun is going to come from the independent clause, which is the second part here. Alright? The noun in the independent clause is Anderson, and now we're talking about Neil Armstrong. So we're off topic. You see how the nouns don't match? Right away, we're going to be able to cross out answer choice A and B using the candy list rule. The correct answer choice here is going to be, yup, it's C, kids. The secret word for this particular problem is failures. Failures, write it down. C is the correct answer, and let's move to the next problem. Problem number 20, at this point the writer is considering adding the following true sentence. Some researchers believe stripes on a zebra help animals identify one another in a herd. Should we add this, yes or no? Now, what I'd like you to do with 20, go ahead, look at your topic sentence. Your topic sentence is all the way back up here. Use the candy list rule, and don't forget about abandoned boxcar with 1 comma. Pause the video here. We'll come on back with the explanation in a second. Alright, when we look over here, you see that we have a comma that is a dependent clause. We can theoretically cross that out. The first noun is scientists, and then over here you see that we have our verb, which is develop. What are we developing? We're developing software, which is another noun. So think of it this way. There's 2 nouns, scientists and software, and the verb is developing. Now, when we come in the answer choices here, we're adding this new sentence, which is researcher. Researcher is the same thing as scientist, so that checks off. The verb over here in the new sentence is believe. You see that? Does believe act as a Scooby-Doo for developing? Believe and develop? No. And then also here, stripes is our sub-noun. So software doesn't match with stripes. So you can see right away this is something that we don't want to add here. So we're going to go ahead and cross out the 2 yes answer choices. Secret word is R, A-R-E, R. Between the 2 answer choices remaining, H is going to be the correct answer choice here, kids, for problem number 20. Problem number 34, it's just basically vocabulary. What I'd like you to do here is look at the topic sentence, find your main noun, pause the video here. We'll come on back with the answers and explanations in a second. Alright, we're back. So, first things first, we want to take a look at our topic sentence. Our topic sentence is up here, and it looks like here in the dependent clause we're talking about a mural, and it's being titled. Alright? So, think of a mural and what's going on with titling. So, titling is going to be your verb. Yep, the correct answer here is produced. When you're titling something, you're kind of making a name, right? Producing a name. Performing, these words are off topic. The secret word for this particular problem is going to be the word the, T-H-E, the. Problem 38, given all the choices are true, which one most effectively leads the reader from the first 2 sentences of the paragraph to the rest of the paragraph? Alright, what we want to do is a couple things here. So we're going to look at the topic sentence in the paragraph and the next sentence, because that's the first 2 sentences. Topic sentence in the second paragraph, alright? Should be able to reduce it down to 2, and then if you're struggling between two answer choices, don't be afraid to keep in mind that the Scooby-Doo theory says all topic sentences have to be in order and talking about the same thing. So don't be afraid to look at the paragraph below to see the topic sentence there. Go ahead, pause the video here. We'll come on back with the answers in a second. Pause now. Alright, so when you come back over here, we're going to take a look at our first paragraph topic sentence here, and it says Celadon, alright? And it says it was named. So we have our noun here, it's Celadon, and our verb over here is going to be named. In the second sentence, we start off with originally. Originally, that is time orientation, okay? And it's talking about China, and then time again here, 11th century in Korea, okay? So that's our first two sentences. Now, when you come back and you look at your answer choices, we've got to talk about Celeron. Celeron, all right? So if we look at our answer choices, answer choice G says the color of Celeron. You see how that doesn't really talk about the time relationship about this originally, so G can be out right away. If you look at answer choice H, H says name, right? And Celeron, so that looks like that's okay so far. We'll put a dot by it. And answer choice J talks about the person's name from Korea, so that doesn't match at all. So right away you'll be able to knock out two choices. If you look at over here in answer choice F, it talks about centuries, which would link you back to originally, which is time orientation kind of a thing. And then over here it does say Celeron, all right? Two choices are good. Now, what I would do once you get those two things out of there, the secret word for this problem is necessary. Once you get it down to those two, what we want to do now is go ahead and skim down to the next paragraph. The next paragraph talks about Shin, all right? And Shin looks like is from South Korea. So if you look at answer choice F talks about Korea, and answer choice H talks about Sanskrit, which is from India. So you see how that's off topic. The correct answer for 38 is going to be answer choice F, kids. Problem 46, what a great problem to use the candy list rule on now. We're going away from the rhetorical skill questions here and we're doing grammar. So the grammar, here we're going to use the candy list rule. Kids, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to look at your answer choices over here in answer choice F, G, H, and J. Circle your main nouns and then answer the question. We'll come on back with the explanation in a second. Pause the video now. All right, here we are. First thing we want to do here in the answer choices, you should have looked at answer choice F. Answer choice F, the first noun here that we're going to circle is earth. Answer choice G, it says we are looking at the first noun, it's largest living things. Answer choice H, you're going to circle earth. And answer choice J, you're going to circle giant sequoia trees. Now, when you look over here in the candy list rule, in the first part of the sentence it says able to grow, and the title. Don't forget the title. Giant sequoias are able to grow. You can see here right away that anything dealing with earth, answer choice H is out, and answer choice F is out. We have either largest living things or directly talking about giant sequoia trees. J is the correct answer. Boom! The secret word for this particular problem is building. Problem 65. Given all the choices are accurate, which one best helps the sentence introduce the main focus of the paragraph? All right, 65 here is the underlined portion which leads you to A. What I'd like you to do here is go into the answer choices and circle your main noun using the candy list rule. Then look at the rest of the paragraph and match it up. Pause the video here. We'll come on back with the explanation in a moment. All right, kids, answer choice A, no change. The main noun here is brain or heart. Answer choice B is Mediterranean Sea. See, I'm just circling them. Answer choice C says tentacles, and D says life cycle. Now, I want to match that up with the rest of the paragraph. Now, keep in mind that this part right here is a dependent clause, and it is part of A, no change. So you got to look at the rest of the sentence, all right? Fertilization and egg development, all right? These two things have to match the answers. You can see that answer choice D is the only one that's going to work. The secret word for this particular problem, kids, is blocks. candy list rule can also be used in the reading section. What we want to do here in the reading section is match the main noun, or sometimes the verb, in the answer choices, and go ahead and match that to the topic sentence main noun as well. Now remember, in the topic sentence, the main noun most of the time will be the first noun or the first verb. That will apply directly into the answer choices. Problem number 5 is a good example. We'll start you off here. Alright, same as the last section. So 5 says, what is the epiphany the narrator of passage B experienced at the age of 25? Alright, so you want to go ahead, try and find in passage B, first of all, it's a mystery question. Where is the word epiphany? Alright, epiphany comes from right here. I'll start you off. Alright, what I'd like you to do now is go ahead and pause the video. You're going to look at your answer choices. You're going to focus on the first noun in your answer choices, and you're going to look at your topic sentence. We'll come on back and take a look at the answers in a second. Pause the video now. Alright, kids, so here we are. Answer choice A. We went ahead and circled the first noun here as he. Answer choice B says dreams. Answer choice C says write news. And answer choice D says reporter and work ethic. Alright, so what we want to do is just simply match these answer choices here to the topic sentence, and here we have our topic sentence with the comma. I waded into an invisible veil of ink. That's an independent clause, so we're going to focus on this part here. It's I and invisible ink. When you look over here, does invisible ink match with work ethic? No. Does it answer writing news and invisible ink? Or does it talk about parents' basement or dream? Dream is something that's not real, and something that's invisible is not seeable. So it's almost like it's not really real because there is no such thing as something that's invisible. The correct answer on this one is going to be answer choice B, kids. Secret word for this video is the word for, F-O-R. Let's put it all together with practice problem number 22. 22 says it can most reasonably be inferred from the passage that Mavis Staples' relative anonymity in the 1960s was puzzling to her fans, mainly because she had what? Alright, first of all, we want to label this question as being a mystery question. The second thing is we want to try and locate in the question itself what are the keywords that we're looking for to try and either finger scan or to Genius Snapshot or to just basically locate in the passage. Alright, go ahead, pause the video here and try and find these words in the question and find those words in the passage. Alright, then when you turn the video back on, you should have found the keywords in the question here, which ones you're searching for, match them up to find them where they are in the passage because it's mystery. And then third of all, you want to go in your answer choices here and you want to circle the candy list rule, first most important noun or verb. Go ahead, pause the video here, do all that. We'll come on back with the explanations in a second. Alright, so first thing that we did here is we found that Mavis is our main noun, and the main verb here is going to be puzzling. That word feels like it's just kind of weird. I found Mavis over here on line 2, and right next to it I found puzzling. So this is the correct area on line 2. Then in line 2, what I want to do is I want to try and read this and match it up with my answers. But before I do that, what I do is I use the candy list rule. I come over here and I take a look at my answers and I circle them. More distinct voice is F. Answer choice G says vocal range. Answer choice H says reminded fans. And answer choice J says powerful voice and personal approach. Alright, when we come over here, we read this sentence here and try and match up what it's saying. Think Scooby-Doo synonym. It says with, I'm on line 2 at the end of 2, beginning in 3. With an improbable deep voice bursting out of a 5-foot frame. Alright, she projected the deepest commitment. Alright, see it right here? Deepest commitment, small frame, deep voice, you can see right away that the correct answer for 22 is going to be answer choice J. That's the only one that Scooby-Doo synonyms off of line 2. Mystery, it's pretty straightforward. Kids, the secret word for this question is the word all, A-L-L. Problem 25, what a great problem. As we continue through the candy list rule, we're adding in new things, new things, new things. Candy list rule means any answer choice is the first most relevant thing matched up to what we find in the passage. Now we're adding in some pirate flags as well to this particular problem in 25. Here it is. It says the main idea of the 7th paragraph, 56 to 65, is that what? All right, so first thing I want you to do is let's look at your answer choices. Let's go ahead and circle the main noun and the main verb in each answer choice. Look at the topic sentence and look for pirate flags, and then come up with an answer. We'll be back with the explanations in a moment. All right, so practice problem number 25. If you come over here, you look in that particular paragraph, and the first thing that I see over here in 59 is the word but over here on 59. You see it? Let's go ahead and circle that. It is a pirate flag. So what does that really mean? That means our topic sentence here is going to be flipped in the direction of the good stinky rule. Remember, topic sentences with the pirate flag have to continue talking about the same thing. You can't counteract something totally different. On the left, therefore, must be the same thing as what's on the right. What they'll do is they'll Scooby-Doo you by talking about it in a different way. Let's go through a quick example to make sure you remember. So first of all, if I'm going to use the word but, I like hot dogs, but they are not healthy. They has to be a Scooby-Doo synonym on the right-hand side for hot dogs on the left. You can't just simply connect with one of these pirate flags two nouns that are totally unrelated. So therefore, you know that what you have to do is you have to read down a little bit further, okay? Then what we're going to do is look at our answer choices. Here it says Cooper and pushing them. Okay, answer choice B, it says careful. Circle that. Answer choice C, it says innovative. I circle that. And answer choice D, initially unwilling. All right, so here is what we have for our candy list rule. Now, in your answer choices here, I'm going to start reading from the word but, because I know that's probably where the answer is going to come from. Remember, pirate flags, in another understanding of these pirate flags, mean to tell you to read a little bit more. So here I am on line 59. It says, but it wasn't easy because she put limits on herself. See it right there? She puts limits on herself. So which one of those answer choices matches down over here? You're going to see that the correct answer choice, when you put limits on yourself, you're limiting yourself because you don't trust yourself. And when you don't trust yourself, you're trying to be cautious or careful. The correct answer in this problem is going to be B as in boy. The Scooby-Doo synonym here is going to say the same thing on the left of the pirate flag as well as on the right of the pirate flag. Kids, the secret word for this question is major. All right, 27, we're going to put it all together again here with 27. Don't forget pirate flags. Don't forget abandoned boxcar, independent, comma, dependent. The dependent clause is a mini definition of the word right before it, which will be your noun. All right, most important thing is always going to be the independent clause, main noun, candy list rule. And in the answer choices, you're going to circle the first thing that appears that's most relevant in your answer choices. Let's take a look at 27. 27, as it's used in line 5, the phrase losing herself most nearly means the way Mavis Staples blank. Okay, so let's go ahead, pause the video. You want to go ahead, candy list rule your answer choices. You want to go ahead, look at that sentence and think about abandoned boxcar. We'll come on back with the answers and explanations in a moment. All right, so in your answer choices here, if you look at your answers, you're going to see that the first thing that appears in A is sang. Answer choice B is clapping your hands. So you got sang, clap your hands. Answer choice C says transition into a new song. And answer choice D says dancing. Okay? Then we go over here to losing yourself right here. And you're going to notice that there's a comma right before that word. So that's real easy. This, losing yourself, is a mini definition of the word that's right before. And you see that the word there is singing. So the only answer that's going to give you the correct answer there, sing and sang, answer choice A. Kids, oh my goodness. You kids are loving this workout as long as you understand Candy List Rule is the bomb. I'm telling you right now, it's so easy. Just use these techniques. That's why I'm forcing you to write down your secret words. Wait, did I say secret words? The secret word for this video is successful. Go ahead, write it down in your secret word box now. Last problem, kids. It's problem 33. The main idea of the fourth paragraph, 44 to 55, is that first thing you want to do is go ahead, Candy List Rule your answer choices, and then go ahead and look at your topic sentence. Pause the video here. We'll come on back with the answers and explanations in a moment. All right, we're back, kids. Answer choice A, it says network. We'll go ahead and circle that. Answer choice B, it says young seedlings. Answer choice C, we're going to go ahead and circle established trees. And answer choice D, we are going to circle different species. Now, we come over here, we look at line 44. There's a comma here, so we know it's abandoned boxcar. Weaker plants are able to tap into this network. That's an independent clause. And so here we see that we've got plants and network. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Answer choice A, it says network, and fungi is going to be the plant, all right, or the thing that grows on the plant. Answer choice A, how easy is that? Candy List Rule, kids. Once again, be careful. Sometimes they're going to give you a pirate flag after the topic sentence, so they'll try and goof you up. So if you see a pirate flag, you know that the independent clause is most important. Candy List Rule will be after the pirate flag. Kids, the secret keyword here for this problem is accomplishments. Thanks so much for participating in Mission 3. Congratulations.